Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you can see, I'm going to show you how I do my eyebrows. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe. And so we're just going to get straight into it. So as you can see, I am brushing my brows just to give them the shape that I need. And I'm now going in with my MAC eyebrow pencil, and it is in the color Spike. And as you can see, I'm outlining my brows, and whenever I outline my brows, I always draw inside my brows, so inside the edge of my brows. I never draw outside because I don't want my eyebrows to look larger than they actually are. And another tip is when I'm outlining the top of my brows, I never start at the very start of my eyebrows. I always start inwards. So I leave a bit of space at the front of my brows because later on in the video you'll see why, but I never want my eyebrows to look too close to each other, because when you start your eyebrows at the very start, they look too close to each other, and you know, it's not always a good look for me personally. So I don't want it for myself, so I wouldn't tell you to do it. Okay, so as you can see there, I'm outlining my brow until I am happy. And so I, again, I draw inside the edge of my brow and not outside. So as you can see, the reason why I fill in my brows, or why I do my brows, is because as you can see, I do have eyebrows, but when I put my makeup on, sometimes you need everything to look together. So sometimes I feel that, whenever I put my makeup on, if my brows aren't done, then my makeup doesn't look complete. So it took me a while to learn how to do my eyebrows, but I finally learned to do it with the help of a lot of the ladies on YouTube. So thank you, ladies. Wow. And so as you can see there, I'm just um, doing my second brow, just outlining my second brow. And don't worry, ladies, as you can see, your eyebrows will have a bit of gap where it seems like there are no hairs, but there is hair there, but it's just not there. It just looks like it's not there. So you can go in, and you can always go in and fill those little areas in, as you can see I'm doing. So I just go in and fill those little spaces in, and don't go crazy on filling those spaces in. It'll be fine, because when you use the eyeshadow that I am going to tell you about, then it will do the job of that. So don't go crazy on filling your brows in with the pencil, because then your eyebrows will look um too dark. But I mean, by all means, if that's the look you want, then go ahead. But I personally don't do it for myself, so I wouldn't advise you to do it. So now I'm using Semi Sweet from the Too Faced chocolate bar palette, and I've just put some on my brush. That's my Real Techniques brow brush, and I'm just going in and I'm filling in my brows with that. So exactly what I said, you don't need to go crazy with the eyebrow pencil and filling in your brows, because the eyeshadow will do that for you. Yeah, so as you can see, and if you feel like after you filled in your brows with the eyeshadow that the spaces are too much for you, then by all means go in with the pencil and fill those gaps in again. And so where I told you at the start that when I outline the top of my brows, I don't start at the start of my brow. So the reason is because you can always go in with a bit of the eyeshadow at the start of your brow, just a tiny bit. Don't go crazy, but just a tiny bit to just touch up the start of your brow, just to give it a bit of color. So yeah, so that's a small tip. So as you can see, what I'm doing there. Just a tiny bit. You don't need to go crazy. But if you use the pencil, then you know it will give it a more dramatic effect. So as you can see there, so you can go ahead and fill in your brows until you're satisfied with them, until it suits you personally, because this is what suits my face personally, but it might be different for you. So now I'm going in with my MAC Select Cover Up Concealer. I can't remember exactly what color it is, but I'll put it in the description bar. So I am not using an eyebrow pencil. I'm using a paintbrush, surprisingly. I've had this paintbrush since I was very young and in my days when I used to love to paint, but I actually never used it to paint. So now as an adult, doing my eyebrows, I found the use for it. And so the reason why I use this tiny paintbrush is because it's more precise than using any other brush. So I like using this brush because it's very precise. It gives me that preciseness that I need, I think. Yeah. So yeah, as you can see, so I'm just concealing around the edge of my brows. Yeah, and as I said, I will list everything in the description bar that I have used. There you go. And the concealer is the same color as my skin. I know a lot of people use a lighter concealer under their brow, but I haven't mastered that yet, so I'm just sticking to what I feel comfortable with. There you go. So you conceal your brows until you're happy with it, and that's exactly. I think the thing is, when you're doing your eyebrows, it's for you to be happy with it, and as long as you're happy with it, then it's absolutely fine. And because it has to suit your face. So this is just me showing you how I do mine. So maybe you can pick up a few hints or a few tips that you can use on yourself. So you don't have to do it exactly how I do it, but you can incorporate it in your own way. Okay, so as you can see, when I go in now, I make a slight mistake and I put a bit of concealer on my eyebrow, but there's no need to worry because that's the beauty of concealer is because you can always go back over it, and you'll see me do that. I'll go back over it with my eyebrow pencil. But before I do that, I just want to blend out the concealer that I've already put around my eyebrow because I don't want it to dry, and because if it dries then it will become difficult, and you know no one wants to try and blend out concealer that's already drying. So if you guys do like this tutorial, please feel free to comment down below, and feel free to leave any hints or any tips that you have on how you do your eyebrow. And again, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and thumbs up if you like this video. So as you can see, so I'm still going in to fix that problem with the concealer, and again I'm just going over it with the eyebrow pencil. Again, that's the beauty of makeup, because as you make as you make a mistake with one thing, you can always go back in with another and fix it. So there we go. That's all done. And I do get a bit, about this, so I will go in again with concealer and fix it again. But that's just for me, so you don't have to do all of that. But that's just for my personal self to make me feel better. So, and there I go again. So yeah, I go in and I do make a tiny mistake, but it's easily fixed. As I said, it's the beauty of makeup. You can always fix something with another thing. So, and as you can see, I just go in gently with the brush and just bend it out, and it's like it never happened. So the brush that I'm using to blend out my concealer is another Real Techniques brush, and I will leave the name of this brush in the description bar if I can still find it on the brush. I love that brush. I do use it for my eyebrows because it is flat. So yeah, and as you can see there, guys. So what I will do now is I will go in with my spoolie and just blend in the beginning of my brows, just picking up a bit of product from the bottom of my brow and just pulling it up, so to give it a more natural look, because that is the whole aim, to try and make your eyebrows look as natural as possible. Yeah, so again, thank you guys for watching my video. I love you so much, and please don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for my next video. Thank you. Bye.